Hello friends, today we want to discuss on the last module of the our Indian knowledge system paper. Already we discussed on the model number 1, model number 2 and this is the last model number 3 which is related to the ancient knowledge of India. In model 3 there are the various articles are there. 15 articles are there. Out of that only 5 articles we want to study. Okay, because of arts, commerce, science there are different topics may be collected by their or choose by their teachers. And in this topic we overlook the all the 15 articles so that you can choose any 5 and according that we can teach to the class as well as we can ask the questions on that 5 topics. Generally as we are going through the science, so we can go to the articles like Krishi Shastra. We can also go through the ancient sports, astronomy, or you can say that the architecture, taxation, like that, which are somewhat well-known articles are there. Vyakaran is also a very good topic, and there are the various subpoints are there. You want to explain on the basis of that subpoints the topic. Okay, there are the 15 articles are there. Out of that, only 5 articles we will teach you in the class. Okay, and according that you should be prepared for the examination. Before that, I want to just discuss on some points like what is common era before the common era BC. Sometime this diagram shows that the center is the 0 and the in left side we can consider as a before Christ and we can write it as a BCE, before common era. Okay, no, what is common era? Common era is below the 1000 year BC. Okay, and after death, after 00, we study the Anno Domini means AD. Up to here 0 to 1000 we can consider as the Anno Domini, and it is also called as a common era. Before common era, after common era, there are some division. Okay, and remember that these are the some years, or you can say the calendar where we want to show that the calendar of the history, and according that where 0 is the birthplace of the Jesus Christ, and in left side we consider as a before Christ, and also we call it as a before the common era, and after birth we consider it up to the 1000 year Anno Domini AD. Okay, Christian term, that is secure term, we can call it a Christian term. Okay, remember the common era is the from 0 to 1000 year, we can also call it as a AD, Anno Domini. Okay, and before 0 we call it as a before Christ birth, or before Jesus Christ birth we call it as BC. Okay, remember that. These are the some terminology to represent the historical calendar. Okay. Generally, in first article there is the aesthetics. We have the Rasashstra is there, where we want to study about the beauty, emotions, art, and including the principles found in the work like Natyashastra. Actually, we want to study about the rasa theory, some bhav, mudra, abhinaya, classical dance, folk, music, ragas, literature and poetry, visual arts and architecture, textiles and craft. These are the different rasa shastras are there, and we want to explain all these aesthetics or rasa shastra with the help of these 7 points. Remember that according to these 7 points, rasa theory, bhava, mudra, abhinaya, like in dance, some classical folk dance are there, some music and rags. We are very familiar with that, but we are not study for the syllabus purpose. We know these visual arts or textiles and crafts. So we want to explain this with the help of these 7 points. Second, town planning, that is the Vastu Shastra. We are familiar with this also. Indian knowledge system also have very good architecture, spatial arrangement, and design to create the harmoniums in living spaces. And we have very old history of Indian culture, that is the Indus Valley civilization, Harappa Sanskriti. We know that Harappa civilization, Vedic period. We have period from 1500 to 500 BC. Remember that when we are considering the BC period, we are taking the period from higher to lower. Okay, remember that. And after death, we consider the lower year to the higher year. Okay, so consider that one again. Okay, remember that. BC period we are considering from higher to lower, and C or that is measured from lower to higher. So Vedic period is there from 1500 to 500 BC. Mauryan Empire from 322 to 185 BC, and Gupta Empire. See, this is after Common Era. That is Common Era means AD period. That is we are considering 320 to 550 C Common Era. C is the Common Era. BC is the before Common Era. Okay, before birth of Christ. Okay, remember that. South Indian Kingdom, Chola dynasty. You are familiar with the PS1, Ponniyin Selvan movies are there, which are related to the Chola Samrajya, or you can say that the kingdom, South Indian kingdom, and medieval period is there. So according to this time period, we want to express some architecture, spatial arrangement, design, create harmonies in living spaces, some temples, some living civilization. We want to explain on the basis of this. Next is there is a strategic studies, Dhanurveda means we want to India, ancient Indian territories on the military strategy, tactics, and welfare and warfare. We organize with the help of we explain this all the points with the help of organization of military forces, weapons and technology at that time, battlefield tactics, fortifications and siege welfare, warfare, logistic and supply lines, ethical and moral considerations, strategic thinking and planning, historical narratives, influence of Indian philosophy, and legacy and influence. On the basis of that, we want to study about the strategic studies, how we are studying about how to organization of military forces, weapons, technology, development, and logistic and supply lines, other things. We want to explain on the basis of these 10 points. In next, there is the Krishi Shastra. We are familiar with that, the agriculture science and practices in ancient India. We know very well there is a very diversity in the agriculture field and the process of the farming and other things. So in Krishi Shastra, Vedic agriculture system, we have very good knowledge about the crops, soil, irrigations, and technology also. So according to that, we want to explain this Krishi Shastra Vedic agriculture system. Fifth point is the Vyakarani and Lexicography means what Vyakarana means grammar and the science of compiling dictionaries like Kosha, that is we want to discuss. In Vyakarana grammar, Sanskrit grammar tradition, we have Panini Arthashastram, Ashta, we are familiar with that. Bhasha Vyakarana is also there, and purpose and application is very important to this grammar. And lexicography, Kosha tradition, structure and contents, contributions, and later development. We want to discuss on the basis of that both points. Vyakarna and lexicography, where we want to study about the Vyakarna as well as Kosha, means dictionaries. Okay, according to this point, we want to explain all these points. Natyashastra, in Natyashastra, there are treatises on the performing the arts, covering aspects of dance, drama, music, aesthetics. Means in Natyashastra itself has a various diversity as well as dance form, music forms, theatre form, rasa, mudras and abhyana. These are all the points on the basis of which we want to express this Natyashastra. What is the Natyashastra and what are their types? Ancient sports. In ancient sports in India, we play the traditional Indian sports and games which often have cultural and health related significance like kabaddi, gilli danda, kho, pachisi means ludo, Shastra, Kushti, you are familiar with that, yoga, Siblamam, tug of war. These are the very familiar in sports in Indian culture, and these are the traditional Indian culture, sports which based on the culture as well as health related significance. And next one is astronomy, Shastra, Jyotisha includes both astrology and astronomy and studying the celestial objects, stars, galaxies, planets, and their motions, time picking and cosmic influences, all this. And we have very wide history of the astronomy like Vedic period, from Vedic period 1500 BC to 600 BC, classical period, medieval period, Islamic influence, colonial period, and modern period. On the basis of that, we want to express the astronomy topic in Indian knowledge system. Next one is the yoga well beginning. The philosophy and practices of yoga focusing on physical and mental and spiritual well-being. Already 21st June is the 21st June is the period of yoga day. We are considering the international yoga day. Due to this, here yoga is useful for the well-being of human beings, and we want to express this on the basis of origin and philosophy, physical aspects, asanas, breathing technique, pranayama, mental and emotional well-being, philosophical foundations, integration and Ayurveda, social and cultural context, and spiritual evolution. On the basis of these 8 points, we want to express this yoga and well-being. Linguistics, study of language structure, evolution, and usage, including the phonetics, sematics, and grammar. So, on the basis of these 7 points, historical significance, literature heritage, linguistic features, Paninian grammar, cultural and religious importance, revival and modern usage, global influence, and modern application. On the basis of this, we want to express this linguistic topic. Okay. And 11th Chitrasutra treatise on the Indian painting covering techniques, styles, and symbolism. On the basis of origin and authorship, context and structure, technical instrumentation and symbolism and spirituality, legacy and influence. On the basis of this point, we want to express this Chitra Sutra painting. Okay, next is the architecture, Vastu Shastra. Principles of architecture including temple architecture, residential building, and town planning. This architecture Vastu Shastra point can be expressed on the basis of this 7 point. That is architecture of Vedic period, architecture under Maurya's period, architecture under Shona, Satavahanas period, architecture of Gupta period, architecture of Chalukyas, architecture under Rashtrakutas, architecture under Pallavas, architecture under Cholas, architecture under Candelas, architecture under Gangas. According to their period, which are mentioned here, we want to explain this point also. Taxation, already we are familiar with that. In ancient Indian system, taxation and fiscal policies were there. Vedic period, Mauryan Empire, Gupta Empire, Islamic period, Mughal Empire, revenue collection, purpose and administration. These on the basis of this point, we want to explain the taxation point. And banking. Ancient and medieval period, we have also used this historical practices related to banking, money lending, and financial management. We done with this help of this point and this different aspects. And last one is the trade and commerce. Ancient Indian trade routes, markets, commercial practices, and economical theories were there from the ancient period. In the Indus Valley civilization, Vedic period, in classical period, Mauryan Empire and Gupta Empire, uh, medieval period, Islamic trade networks and medieval dynasties. Colonial period means in European trading post, British East India Company, post-independence, modern trade policy, liberalization and globalization. With all these points we can express in the Indian knowledge system with the help of these different points. So remember that out of these 15 points, only 5 points are important as the point of view of examination as well as the point of view of syllabus. Okay, we have given on the basis of other things. Thank you. We use the state publication book for the Indian oil system as well as some internet website. We will see this all the points in detail in next few lectures. Thank you.